Hey there. I am pondering something that came from a live video that I did this morning. If you're not following, connect with Tish and Tony on Fridays at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Do that. But today we had a guest, and her name is Brittany Hammond. So if you're not following Brittany Hammond, go follow her now. She's on Instagram, Facebook, and her website is absolutely gorgeous. I'll have to post it so you can see it. But she said something that's got my mind thinking, and I wanted to kind of piggyback on what she talked about this morning and think about, kind of think through this with you. So I want to hear what you're thinking, especially about this particular statement. She said that when the question was asked, something around why do people really struggle with visibility around their message and their business? In other words, why are people not going live? Why are people not doing video? Why are people not showing up online? Why are we not getting in front of the people who need us the most? And the answer she gave was like fire. It was so good. And I so resonated with it because I have totally, absolutely been there. She said, people don't show up because they don't feel safe in their marketing. They don't feel safe, if you will, in front of the camera. And I'll definitely have to link back to that video so you can listen to what she said specifically. But when I heard her say people don't feel safe, I was like, because if I can just be totally honest with you, as much as I'm online, as much as I'm on stages and in front of, cameras, I have been there. I've totally been there where I didn't feel safe. And I'll tell you a couple of reasons for me personally why that happened. And you can decide for yourself, what's the reason for you where you may not feel safe, or you may have avoided being online, being in front of the people that you need to be talking to, whether it be on video, live video, whatever the case might be. For me, I basically had some things that, I shared with you all. I've kind of alluded to it. I will do a full video around it, but I had an event that really tanked a couple of years ago. Now we recovered. We had another event. The event was great, but it took me years to recover financially from that huge flop of an event where we had people who were supposed to be coming in, and we were calling people the night before, like midnight, middle of the night. We were talking to people. Some people were already at the airport coming in to be speakers at my conference. Some people did come in, and it was like, we tried to reach you, but it's, the conference is having to be postponed. Again, long story for another day. But when you talk about taking a huge hit, both financially, to your reputation, to your confidence, that's what happened. And even though I was still showing up, I wasn't showing up fully. I definitely wasn't feeling safe. I felt like, all the head garbage was going through my head. What are people saying? Everybody knows. People are not going to trust me again, blah, blah, blah. All of these things. And so for quite some time, it wasn't that anyone else was not making me feel safe. It was that I didn't feel safe because of the way I felt about myself. I shared with you all, I believe it was just yesterday on video. You can check it on any of my pages, Facebook or LinkedIn. And I talked a little bit about when you don't feel good about yourself, you don't show up powerfully. And when she said that, I was like, bing, ding, ding, ding. That's why. I didn't want to show up. I didn't want to get on camera. I definitely didn't want to talk about success when I felt like a failure. Can you hear me? Have you ever felt like, what am I supposed to share about being successful? What am I supposed to share? Because I just tanked this, or I just blew this, and I don't feel very successful myself. And I want you to hear me when I say this. And I love this phrase that shame doesn't serve anyone. And so when we make an error, when we make a mistake, when we feel like we've failed at something, the fastest way to get back in the place of success is to forgive yourself, deal with the things that you have to deal with, but then get right back to it, because otherwise your head, all of the things around you. Sometimes people will try to hold you in what I have been told was a golden cage with an open door. My husband shared this with me and I thought it was so powerful, because no one is keeping you there. No one is telling you you're not good enough. No one is telling you that you are, you're on punishment. Go get in the corner. We do it to ourselves. And so we stay in what, again, we call a golden cage, because I call it golden because it's comfortable. We've made it comfortable, but we stay there. The door is open, but we don't go through the door because we can't see that it's open. We stay in this place of self-sabotage, self-shame, self-condemnation. No one's going to buy from me. Nobody's going to trust me. No one's going to want to be around me. And guess where that all comes from? Right here. And so I'm giving you permission to unlock the door, because to be honest with you, the door is already unlocked. It's already open anyway. But I'm giving you permission to walk across that threshold and get set free from that spot, because I have been there and nobody kept me there except for myself. And I stayed there way, way, way too long. And I'm telling you, you don't have to stay in that space any longer. Walk across the threshold, forgive yourself, shake it off, and just get back to it, because people need what you have to offer. I will say that for 1,000,000 times. I will say that every time I get on here if I need to, because it's so important for us to recognize that when we stay in that place of self-condemnation, it's not about us. It's about the people who need us, and we're not serving them. I refuse to come to the end of my life and realize there were people that were waiting on me that I never got to, because I was so caught up in my own shame and my own self-condemnation and my own self-sabotage and self-hatred that I never got to the place of expertise and excellence so that I could serve the people who need me the most. And that's all across the board. I don't care if you're a preacher. I don't care if you're a business coach. I don't care if you sell whatever, pencils, whatever it is. Somebody out there needs you. And I'm just going to say it like this because I had to say it to myself. You're blowing it. You're blowing it because you're in a room by yourself with the wide door open and not going across that threshold because you're thinking that you can't. You can totally do it. Get back up, and then you can feel safe again so that you can now serve in a way that changes the world around you. I am Tish Times. I'm a networking and sales expert. I love helping people to get past it. This is just a different way of thinking of it, because it's not about sales competence. It's not about your business competence. You know what you're doing, right? You've gone to school. You've gotten the certifications. You've read the materials. You've had the coaches. You've gone to the classes. You've done all that stuff. It's all about your confidence. And so step into your confidence, step out of the cage, and go help somebody. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.